out the shrinking cap, Grandpa!
Catch me if you can!
Grandpa! No! Be careful! Grandpa, stop! Grandpa in my pocket! This is me, Jason Mason, and I live here in Sunny Sands with my mum, Dad, Sister Jemima, and Grandpa. This is my friend Dora. She's in my class at school. Sometimes she comes round to play. The things she loves playing with the most are dolls. But Grandpa and I always try to persuade her to play with other things, like the toys in Grandpa's treasure chest, his old boat, and Monkey Albert. Sometimes Dora will play Captain Dumbletwit games.
Yes, I've won the space credits.
But she usually goes back to the dolls. And today I was really excited because it was Dora's birthday. And she was having a party in Miss Smiley's cafe. It was organised by her aunt, Lady Prigsbottom. Lady Prigsbottom is very, very posh. And she's really quite scary.
Ready, Jason?
Yep.
Where are you going now? The party's not for hours.
Because first I'm going to Mr. Whips's shop to choose Dora her presents.
A doll, maybe. She loves her dolls.
I really don't want to buy her a doll. I want her to play with other things.
He's right, she's got loads of dolls. Not a doll, then.
Absolutely not a doll. Yes, today I was determined that there would be no more dolls for Dora.
I'll come and help you choose, Jason.
Oh, no, Grandpa. Jason's going to be there for a long time. I've got to do some shopping, and Mr. Whoop says Jason can play in the shop while I'm gone. Now, where is my purse?
Oh, come on, Mum.
I want to go to Mr. Whoops's shop and to the party.
Grandpa, you can't.
I think I can.
Not shrinking cap, Grandpa!
Catch me if you can.
When Grandpa shrinks, there's no knowing what he'll get up to. He can run so fast that I can't catch him. He can fly off in my plane. He can even chuff around in our Sunny Sands train. And he can hide in very small places. Right now, I had no idea where Grandpa was hiding, and Mum was coming downstairs.
Ready?
I guessed Grandpa would find a way of getting to Mr. Whips's shop, but I didn't know what that way would be. Then I heard, shh. I looked up, and just then, Grandpa jumped into my backpack.
Come on, Jason. You were telling me to hurry up a minute ago.
Grandpa, you're impossible.
I know.
Jason.
Coming, Mum. So Mum and I got into Campo and off we went. And Mum said,
I hope you choose something nice for Dora, Jason. She's such a lovely girl.
and I said, I will. And Mum said,
I'm sure you'll end up with a doll.
and I said, no, I won't. I'm going to choose a puzzle, or a game, or a kite even, but not a doll. No way. When Mum dropped me off at Mr. Whips's shop, Mr. Whips was clearing some shells.
Hello, Jason. You can try any of these toys for Dora. Maybe she'd like a doll.
Mr. Whips is called Mr. Whips because he's always having little accidents. He falls off things, he falls over things, he even trips over his own feet.
Oops.
I think Dora's got enough dolls, actually, Mr. Whips.
I've got some lovely new paints over there, Jason. You might like to try those. I'm just going to the storeroom for a jar of Wally Wiggles. Maybe Dora would like a Wally Wiggle. Whoops!
What's a Wally Wiggle?
I don't know, but it doesn't sound right for Dora. Then Grandpa jumped out of my backpack and onto the easel. You must be good, Grandpa.
I've only come so you can choose the perfect present for Dora.
But at that moment, the door opened. And who should walk in but Lady Prigsbottom? Lady Prigsbottom!
Your ladyship to you, small boy, with a very guilty look on your face. Where's Mr. Whoops?
Just then, he came in with the Wally Wiggles.
Lady Prigsbottom!
Oh, I'm covered in worms! Get rid of them! Get rid of them!
Sorry, your ladyship. They won't harm you. They're just Wally Wiggles.
Wally Wiggles, they're revolting worms. Absolutely horrid. Get rid of them. Make it snappy. I've come to choose a present for my niece Dora, and I want something very, very special.
Oh, special is not a problem. We specialise in special, your lady bottom. Oh, I mean your prigship. Oh, I mean...
Get on with it.
How about a jigsaw puzzle? Whoops!
Not nearly special enough, particularly now it's all over the floor.
So what about, a doctor's kit for Dora? Whoops!
Not for Dora, no. However, I may need a bandage before the day is through.
Oh, how about...
Poor Mr. Whoops was getting desperate.
perhaps some plastic ponies? Whoop!
No.
I looked for Grandpa. He wasn't on the easel anymore. Suddenly, I saw him by a boat.
A hair-braiding set.
Ridiculous!
Suggest a jumbo crayon pack.
How about the jumbo crayon pack?
No, Dora already has more crayons than you've had little accidents.
The jewellery making set.
I know, the jewellery making set.
Your ladyship.
This isn't a toy shop, it's an obstacle course.
Paints. Try the paints, Jason.
What about the paints?
Oh, yes. The paints. The wonderful paints.
I can hardly wait.
Let me show you, lady. Oh, no.
Dora doesn't want paint, neither do I. Get a claw.
I was really worried that Grandpa would be spotted, but he quickly hid behind a doll's house. Then, Mr. Whoops came back with the cloth.
I don't trust you with it. You're always having terrible little accidents. Who knows what terrible little accident you might have with a claw?
Mr. Whoops spotted a Wally Wiggle sweet and just couldn't resist it. Suddenly, I saw Grandpa peeping out from behind the huge doll's house. He wanted me to suggest the doll's house. What about that beautiful doll's house, your ladyship?
Oh, yes. Dora would love that, your shady lip.
I think you better just be quiet, don't you?
Dora does love dolls, and it's a really, really special house.
Dora does love dolls. Not sure about the house, though. Looks a bit plain to me.
It's beautiful. Look inside. I was trying to persuade her to buy the house. So was Grandpa, like this.
Oh, there's a perfectly charming little dolly inside. Oh, she's waving. Oh, very, very sweet. Oh, she can curtsy. She's almost real. Oh, look, the little dolly's dancing. She can dance. Oh, she can sit. Oh, she is the perfect present for Dora. I can't buy the little dolly without her house, though. Wrap it up and make it snappy.
Of course, your gravy dish.
This was a disaster. I wanted Lady Prigsbottom to buy the doll's house, but I didn't want her to buy the little dolly in it. I had no choice. I knew just what I had to buy for Dora. The party had started, and Dora had already opened some of her presents.
And now for the most special present of all, Dora.
Wow! I held my breath as Dora tore off the wrapping paper. Oh, thank you so much, Auntie P.
That's not the real present. There's something very surprising inside.
Now I was really worried, because I knew exactly what the something very surprising was. Now was my chance. While everyone was looking at Lady Prigsbottom and listening to her story, I had to rescue Grandpa. Quick as a flash, he jumped off the table and ran.
Doll's house. So I opened it up and... No. You open it up, Dora. Open it up and see the little surprise inside.
It's beautiful. I love it. There's furniture and carpets and curtains and...
And the little dolly. Can you see the little dolly? Is she waving to you? Is she doing her twirly-whirly dancing?
No.
I think you'd better sit down, your ladyship. After all, you've had a nasty accident with paint.
Mr. Whoops had a nasty accident with the paint.
There aren't actually any dolls inside Auntie P. There will be. A whole family. Thanks, Jason. Brilliant. Oh, Auntie P, this is the best present I've ever had.
I had to find Grandpa. It didn't take long. He was on a plate of cherry chunks, nibbling. Take your cap and apron off, now.
Oh, do I have to? I rather like them.
When I got home after the party, I ran ahead of Mum and put Grandpa down. He whipped off his shrinking cap and came back to his normal size.
Well, Jason, we saved the day there, didn't we, eh? I helped Lady Prigsbottom choose something Dora would like, and you helped me to get out of it. Teamwork, eh?
Teamwork.
Well, Dora seemed very pleased with her doll's house, didn't she? And guess what, Grandpa? Jason bought her dolls after all.
Ah, well, probably for the best.
Grandpa in my pocket!
The wonderful world of...
Mr. Whoops had invited me and my sister Jemima to his toy shop. We were very excited because it was our turn to pick Mr. Whoops' Toy of the Week. Mr. Whoops is called Mr. Whoops because he's always having little accidents. He falls over things.
Whoops!
He falls off things.
Whoops!
He even trips over his own feet.
Whoops!
Oh, I wish I could come and help you choose. I love Mr. Whoops' shop.
Sorry, Grandpa, but it's a kids-only thing. And we've got to go now. I'll go fetch Mum.
Kids only, eh?
I knew what Grandpa was thinking.
I think I should come too. You might need my help.
Not the shrinking cap, Grandpa.
Catch me if you can.
You know what happens when Grandpa shrinks. He can get in my toy car and make it go. He can chuff about in our Sunny Sands train. Sometimes he just runs about for all he's worth, and I can't catch him. And today, he'd done just that. Mum and Jemima are coming. Quick, hide! Before I could stop him, Grandpa jumped into Jemima's bag.
Grandpa gone for a little lie down, has he?
I expect all that singing tired him out. Come on, Jason.
So off we went in Campo to Mr. Whoops' toy shop. And Mum said,
Are you the only two children going?
and I said, I think so. When we arrived, guess who was there too? Floyd.
What about...
Floyd lives in the house opposite, and he goes to my school. He loves boasting. Look at my new watch!
I'm gonna get you.
He loves playing jokes.
Come in. Boom.
And he always wants everything his own way.
Okay, you can be the goalie.
So it won't surprise you to know that Floyd wanted his own way about the toy of the week.
This one, I'm sure.
I want to see that jigsaw.
Right, Jigsaw.
No, the castle. No, the face paint.
Mr. Whoops had one of his little accidents. Just then, Grandpa jumped out of Jemima's bag. Now you know what he's like when he's in the toy shop. He has the most wonderful time. Because Mr. Whoops' toy shop is Grandpa's favourite place in the whole world. And he always finds something new to play with. So we all started looking for the toy of the week.
Hey Jason, what about this?
Jemima had found a puppet.
This looks good too. What have you got there? Puppets? Let me have a go. Don't think much of this. This wig for a start, pathetic. And what stupid trousers? No way could this be toy of the week. It's too babyish.
But little kids will love him. He's so cute.
Actually, I've got more puppets. And a whole puppet theatre out the back. We could put on a show.
Brilliant!
Okay, as long as you do it my way.
Right, this way.
While the others went to fetch the puppet theatre, I stayed behind to talk to Grandpa.
This puppet show will never work. You know what Floyd's like? He always wants to take over.
Don't worry. I'll get him interested in something else. I don't know what yet, but I'll find something.
While Mr. Whoops tried to put up the puppet theatre, Grandpa climbed inside a furry pencil case. Mr. Whoops had another little accident.
You need a bandage, Mr. Wood.
Thank you.
Oh, let's go and get one.
It was time for Grandpa to put his plan into action.
Did that pencil case just bark? It did! How did it do that? Look, it's nodding its head. Hey, Mr. Whoops, this is cool.
Well, bless my bow tie. I had no idea it was a barking pencil case.
Of course, it wasn't a barking pencil case. It was a barking Grandpa.
You've done it, Jason. Now we can do our show.
I don't want to do your silly show anymore. I'm playing with this. I'm going to call it Nigel, after my dad.
While we played with the puppets, Grandpa played with Floyd. All was going well until Jemima got her strings tangled up.
Oh no!
What a mess. That's because you wouldn't listen to me, sausage fingers. It growled at me. How does it know what I'm saying? Has it got a computer inside or something?
This was a disaster. Any moment, Floyd was going to find Grandpa. But just then, our friends, Izzy, Dora and Shanae arrived.
Just what we need. An audience.
We're doing a puppet show.
Trying to do a puppet show, you mean? This is what happens when you don't do it my way.
While everyone was looking at the puppets, I ran over to Nigel. Phew. That was close.
Floyd was making me cross, bossing Jemima about like that. But I know just how we can stop him. Now, this is what we'll do.
So, should the puppet theatre be the toy of the week?
Give me the puppet, Jemima. I can untangle the strings for you.
Will you? Thanks, Jason.
And while we're waiting, everyone else can have fun trying out my new toys.
While nobody was looking, I put the clown puppets and the face paints into the doll's house. I wasn't sure what Grandpa was going to do with them, but it was all part of his plan. Unfortunately, Floyd had a plan too. While Grandpa ran into the doll's house, Floyd decided to play a joke on Mr. Whoops, like this. And Mr. Whoops had yet another little accident.
Got you there.
While everybody was helping Mr. Whoops, I went to see how Grandpa was getting on.
How are you getting on, Grandpa?
I'm ready. You can open the door.
This time Grandpa had gone too far. He was wearing the clown's wig and costume and had painted his face.
Come on, Jason. It's showtime.
Everybody sat down to watch our show. I had the animal puppet and Jemima had the clown. Of course, she had no idea that it was actually Grandpa dancing on the end of the strings.
The wonderful world of Mr. Whoops, whoops. We're here at his shop. Hooray! We wonder what toy we're going to pick for Mr. Whoops today. Whoops!
Oh, Jemima, you're absolutely brilliant. She's absolutely brilliant.
Look, I'm sorry I bust you about. I didn't realise how good you were.
That's okay, Floyd. Nor did I.
The good news was that the clown puppet was voted Toy of the Week. The bad news was the Toy of the Week had to hang in the shop window. Dora, Shanae and Izzy had gone home, but I was worried about Grandpa. He couldn't spend all week sitting in the window. I needed to get him out. But how? Before I could do anything, Mum arrived to take us home.
That little clown looks very lonely all by itself. Looks like it wants somebody to buy him.
And that gave me an idea. While Mum bought the clown puppet, or rather Grandpa, I got the real puppet out of the doll's house. And I put Grandpa's clothes in my bag.
There we go.
Mum drove us home in Campo. Me, Jemima and Grandpa. I sat on my own at the back, so that Grandpa could take off his face paint and change into his own clothes. Then I put the clown's costume back on the puppet. We managed to swap just in time. I rushed in ahead of everyone else and took Grandpa out of my pocket. He whipped off his shrinking cap and came back to his normal size.
We did it, Jason. We stopped Floyd from bossing Jemima about, and we picked the Toy of the Week. And all it took was a little teamwork.
Yes, Grandpa, teamwork.
Oh, Grandpa, you're awake.
We picked a really cute clown puppet.
And here it is. I bought it for you, Jemima.
Oh, Jason, thanks. We did this great show, Grandpa. Pity you missed it.
Yes, I like a bit of clowning around. Love boom 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 boom.
Oh, Grandpa, that's very good. Especially at your age.
Yes, but my clown dance better, though.
Grandpa in my pocket. Today, we were playing the Captain Dumbletwit board game. Dad and Jemima had taken Wolfie out for the day, and Mum was in the garden, practicing her latest hobby, juggling. When suddenly, one of our friends dropped by.
Whoops!
Yes, it was Mr. Whoops. Mr. Whoops is called Mr. Whoops because he's always having little accidents. He falls off things, he falls over things, he even trips over his own feet.
Oops!
What a beautiful music box, Mr. Whoops.
I know. I fell in love with it the moment I saw it. And I know just the person to give it to.
Who's that?
Miss Smiley. She loves music. And this musical box plays such a lovely tune. I've even made up a song to go with it. And I'm going to the cafe to sing it to her.
Yes, today was the day Mr. Whoops was going to sing a song for Miss Smiley.
To tell you the truth, I'm a bit nervous about singing it to her.
You need some practice.
That's exactly why I'm here. I was hoping to sing my song to you first.
Oh, that would be lovely. Yes, please, Mr. Whoops. Sing away. We'll all pretend to be Miss Smiley.
I have to wind the box up first to make the music play. And for that, I need the key. It's at the back here.
Mr. Whoops turned the box round, but the key wasn't there.
The key's not there. Oh, that's odd. Perhaps I put it in my pocket.
But the key wasn't in Mr. Whoops's pockets either.
Perhaps you dropped it in the garden. You had a little accident there, remember?
Oh, yes, I did.
I knew what Grandpa was thinking.
Mr. Whoops is going to need our help, Jason, and I'll be more help to him if I'm small.
Not the shrinking cap, Grandpa!
Catch me if you can!
You know what happens when Grandpa shrinks. He can get in my car and make it go. He can fly off in my plane. He can get into our Sunny Sands train and chuff around. Or he can just run for all he's worth. Quick, Grandpa, hide! They're coming back!
No luck, I'm afraid. The key's gone missing.
So was Grandpa by the look of it. Gone for a little lie down, I expect.
Maybe the key's in the toy shop. I had a little accident there too.
Can I come and help you look for him, Mr. Whoops?
Jason's a very good looker.
That's good, because I'm a terrible looker. Shall we go?
Best of luck.
Now Grandpa would have to find a way to get to the toy shop by himself. And he did. Soon we arrived at Mr. Whoops' toy shop. Luckily, Mr. Whoops was busy looking for the key, so he didn't notice Grandpa flying in. I quickly hid the plane, and Grandpa quickly hid himself. We were just in time.
Whoops! Oh, the key's not down there. Maybe it's on the top shelf. I'll fetch a ladder.
Grandpa, get down, quick! Mr. Whoops is coming and he'll see you!
I found the key, Jason. It was in the fire engine. Catch!
I've got the key, Mr. Whoops!
Jason, you are a good looker.
Of course, I couldn't tell him that the real good looker was Grandpa.
Where did I put the musical box?
You must have left it at our house.
Whoops! How silly of me. We'll have to go back and get it. I'll just put this ladder away. Safety first and all that. Whoops!
Are you coming, Grandpa?
Of course. I'll race you.
Grandpa jumped off the shelf and ran to his plane. He took off and flew out of the shop. Ready when you are, Mr. Whoops. Grandpa easily won the race back home, which wasn't surprising, as we were walking and he was flying.
There it is! Now all I need is the key. What did I do with it?
I knew Grandpa had to be somewhere. Then I saw him waving to me from behind the chair.
Got it! Phew!
Are you going to sing for us, Mr. Whoops? I mean, for me.
Well, I'm going to give it a try. Mama, mama, mama. Actually, I think I need a glass of water first.
So Mr. Whoops ran off to the kitchen, and Grandpa ran after him, just to check that he wasn't going to have another little accident. Mr. Whoops found a glass.
Whoops! Oh, my wonky glasses! Oh, my wobbly bottom! I've had a little accident! I've dropped the key down the plug hole! That's it! It's lost forever now! I'll never be able to wind up the musical box, or play the lovely music, or sing my song for Miss Smiley!
Oh, poor Mr. Whoops. Come on, let's sit down.
Grandpa, where are you?
Here.
We'll never find the key now.
Oh, yes, we will. I told you I'd be more use if I was small.
But Grandpa, you're not small enough to fit down the plug hole.
No, but I am small enough to climb up the pipe at the other end.
So we went outside and found the other end of the pipe. And Grandpa crawled up it. How are you doing?
Got it! I'll send it down. Way!
You're so brave, Grandpa.
Oh, it was nothing. I'm a bit damp, though.
And a bit smelly. Now I had the key, we could all go to Miss Smiley's cafe. Me, Mum, Mr. Whoops, and Grandpa, of course, hiding in my pocket. As soon as we arrived, Grandpa jumped out. He climbed onto the shelves so we could get a really good view. Mr. Whoops was feeling nervous.
Oh, this is a lovely surprise. Have you come for some of my summer mess?
No, I haven't come to eat. I've come to give you this. Whoops!
Oh, what a gorgeous box. Oh, thank you, Mr. Whoops.
Oh, it's much more than just a box. I'll show you. All you need is this little key. Whoop! Oh no! I don't believe it! I've lost the key again!
We'll help you find it.
Thank you.
So we all started looking for the key. I couldn't see it anywhere, but I could see these. This time, Grandpa had gone too far. He'd taken off his clothes and was running around the cafe in his pants.
It's such a small key.
I was wondering where Grandpa had got to, but I didn't have to wonder for long, because the next thing I saw was this. The key was in Miss Smiley's summer mess pudding, and so was Grandpa. Grandpa, get out of there quick, before somebody eats you for pudding. I found it!
Thank you, Jason.
While Mr. Whoops was getting ready to sing, Grandpa had cleaned himself up and was back in his clothes. I put the key in the back of the music box and wound it up. The music started to play and Mr. Whoops started to sing.
Miss Smiley, delicious Miss Smiley. I love her sizzling sausage stew. I'm a fan of her tropical smoothies too. I adore her groovy grape delight and her cherry chunks all red and white. There's no one I rate as highly as Miss Smiley. Miss Smiley, scrumptious Miss Smiley. Her peacock salad's a healthy treat, but her chocolate sundaes taste so sweet. When it comes to puddings, I must confess, you just can't beat her summer mess. There's no one I rate as highly as Miss Smiley. Smiley, Miss Smiley.
That was so lovely, Mr. Whoops. It makes me want to cry.
When the song was over, I put Grandpa back in my pocket and we all came home. I rushed in ahead of everyone else and put Grandpa down on the floor. He whipped off his shrinking cap and came back to his normal size.
It was a bit messy, Jason, but we did it, eh? Teamwork.
Teamwork.
Oh, Grandpa, you're up and about. Mr. Whoops kept losing the key, and Jason kept finding it. He's such a good looker.
Just like his grandpa.
Well, it was all worth it. Miss Smiley absolutely loved her song.
I'm sure she did. Miss Smiley, scrumptious Miss Smiley.
Grandpa, how come you know the tune?
Oh, I expect I heard it before somewhere.
Grandpa in my pocket! It was a lovely sunny sands afternoon and I was playing with Gordon, my toy seagull. Beowulf was playing with his bird toy, a squeaky chicken.
There's a good boy. Oh, what can you smell from the kitchen? Something delicious, eh?
Wolfie could smell Mum's new hobby, which was making puddings. And she had an upside-down pineapple pie in the oven. Suddenly, the doorbell rang.
Go on, Wolfie. Go and see who's at the door.
It was Mr. Whoops.
Mr. Whoops!
Oh, whoops! Hello there.
Hello.
Oh, and hello, Wolfie. Oh, you're pleased to see me. You are a little cutie, aren't you?
He is. He wouldn't be without Wolfie.
That's it, you see. That's why I've come round to talk to you. I'm going to get a dog, see?
Mr. Whoops, what a great idea.
I bought the food and the bones and some squeaky toys. But not the dog yet.
I know what you should do. You should practice having a dog. Take Wolfie for the day. He'll be good as gold in your shop.
Are you sure?
Of course, he's so easy to look after.
Oh, Wolfie, yes.
Little did Grandpa and I know that today was going to be Wolfie's day with Mr. Whoops.
Do you think we'll be all right?
Of course you will. Wolfie practically tells you what he wants.
Well, that's handy.
Yes, he's an amazingly clever dog.
Nice smell.
Yes, upside down pineapple pie. Burning. Bye.
Wolfie! Wolfie!
He's gone off with Mr. Whoops for the day.
What?
Well, just for the day. Well, Mr. Whoops wants a dog, so I said he needed practice. Oh, the strawberry bomb's ready.
Mr. Whoops is looking after Wolfie?
Bit of a problem. I'll ask Mum if she can take us to the toy shop.
Well, we've got to go there, Jason. You know what Mr. Whoops is like.
Mum! Mr. Whoops is called Mr. Whoops because he's always having little accidents. He falls off things, he falls over things, he even trips over his own feet.
Whoops!
Mum says she can't take us, Grandpa, because she's up to her ears in pudding.
Well, in that case, I'll have to go myself.
Not the shrinking gap, Grandpa.
Catch me if you can.
You know when Grandpa shrinks, he can get up to all kinds of things. He can chuff about in our Sunny Sands train. He can drive off in my car. He can get into all sorts of very small places. And often he runs so fast, you've no idea where he's gone. And today he was getting onto Gordon, my toy seagull. No, Grandpa! Grandpa had decided to go to Mr. Whoops' shop on Gordon.
So we've got biscuits here, Wolfie, and bones, and special doggy treats, and a water bowl, and a food bowl, and a toy. I've got some more out the back.
Grandpa flew in and landed near Wolfie.
Here we are, Wolfie. Oh, I'll get you some water.
Psst, Wolfie, come here. Don't worry, I'm here to help. Just do as I say.
Here we go. Whoa! Goodness, for a minute I thought you shouted, whoa! Oh dear, what a mess.
Of course, it wasn't Wolfie who shouted, "Whoa!" It was Grandpa.
I can't believe I'm so clumsy.
Go and get a cloth.
Where are you off to? Oh, what a clever dog you are.
While Mr. Whoops was cleaning up, this is what was happening at home. Please can I go to the toy shop, Mum? Please?
Not yet, Jason. I've still got lots of puddings to make. Don't worry about Wolfie. He'll be fine.
I'm not worried about Wolfie.
Good. I don't think Grandpa can be either. He's gone for a little lie down.
Meanwhile, back at Mr. Whoops' shop, Mr. Whoops had cleaned up the water and was about to open some dog food for Wolfie.
Now, I should have asked Jason's mum which one you'd prefer. I don't suppose you'd be able to tell me. Lamb or chicken?
Chicken.
Oh, my word! That sounded like chicken. Jason's mum was right. You do say what you want. Chicken it is. Brilliant. Whoops. Oh, dear. How silly of me.
Mr. Whoops was ever so close to Grandpa, so he made a dash for it, and Wolfie ran after him.
Go and fetch a brush, Wolfie.
Where are you going now?
Wolfie was going to fetch a brush.
You're an amazingly clever dog. Thank you. Here.
Grandpa had to stay as near as he could to Wolfie. He made sure Mr. Whoops wasn't looking, then he made another dash for it.
What do you want to do now, eh?
Play.
I think you said play. You're in a toy shop. Of course you want to play. Here we go then. Fetch. Oh no.
Go and fetch your lead, Wolfie. We've got to get out of here.
So Wolfie fetched a lead.
Oh, you want to go for a walk, do you? That's a good idea. Where shall we go?
Beach.
The beach? Of course. Here we go.
Grandpa was looking forward to flying to the beach on Gordon. But just then...
Gordon, what are you doing here? Jason must have left you here by mistake when he last visited. Come along. We'll give Gordon back to him when I take you home, Wolfie. Come on, Wolfie.
Grandpa had no way of getting to the beach. Until, that is, he spotted this. A kite. Meanwhile, back at home, I was in my bedroom looking out at the lighthouse. Mum was still making puddings. I was missing Grandpa and was wondering what he could be doing. But I didn't have to wonder for long. There he was on the end of a kite. This time Grandpa had gone too far. He was making for the beach. I ran downstairs as fast as I could. Mum, please can we go to the beach?
What now, Jason? I'm still busy. Why at the beach?
I just felt like it. None of my plans were working today.
Oh, whoops!
I had been right. Grandpa was heading for the beach, and he landed on the roof of our beach hut. Grandpa made a quick escape, but Wolfie saw him.
Goodness me! That looks just like the kite in my shop. How did that get there, I wonder? I'll get it down. Whoops! Oh! Ouch! Ow! Oh, I can't get up. How silly! Now look what I've gone and done. Hurt both my legs. How could I be so clumsy?
Go and fetch Jason, quick.
Wolfie, come back!
Just when I was wondering what to try next, who should appear at the kitchen door?
Wolfie.
Mum, Mr. Whoops must be in trouble. Wolfie's come to get us.
Oh dear. Well, we'll have to go and find him. But where do you think he is?
I guessed Mr. Whoops was at the beach, but I needed to check. I had an idea. Wolfie's paws are sandy, Mum. That means Mr. Whoops must be at the beach.
I'll go and tell Grandpa where we're going.
No. No time for that, Mum. Anyway, Grandpa won't want to be disturbed. Come on. So off we went to the beach in Campo, and Mum said...
I wonder how Wolfie knew he should come home to fetch us.
And I said... I just think he's an amazingly clever dog, Mum. When we got to the beach, Mum put a bandage on both Mr. Whoops's legs.
Oh, you are a clever dog, you really are. I don't think I'll get a dog of my own. I think I'll borrow you again.
I looked round for Grandpa, and there he was, peeping out from behind the beach hut. I quickly picked him up and put him in my pocket.
Gordon was in my toy shop, Jason. You left him there the last time you came in.
Right, Mr. Whoops. Now all you have to do is to come home with us for tea.
When we got home, I ran ahead of Mum and Mr. Whoops. I put Grandpa down. He whipped off his shrinking cap and came back to his normal size.
Well done, Jason.
And well done to you, Grandpa.
I knew Mr. Whoops would need our help. Teamwork, eh?
Teamwork. Mr. Whoops felt a whole lot better after eating a huge bowl of Mum's special trifle.
That was delicious. That's made my day.
Well, Mr. Whoops, you were supposed to be looking after Wolfie, and instead, Wolfie looked after you.
I know, and you were quite right. He tells you exactly what he wants.
Rifle.